Is that a gray hair? Hey guys, so welcome back to my latest video, this one. I know I haven't been active for an extremely long amount of time. Sorry, school is more important than YouTube. Right now, it's the weekend, so let's get right into it. This video is 9 things you didn't know about gray hair. So many people get really, scared when they see that one singular strand of gray hair appear in their head. It's kind of a normal thing, you know. You have luscious black hair. You get your phone, take a selfie, and then when you check your selfie, you see that gray hair. But let me tell you, gray hair is a normal thing. So the first thing you didn't know about gray hair, normal aging is the biggest culprit. Okay, so there's no surprise here. Dermatologists call this the 50-50-50 rule. So about like 50% of the population, they get 50% of gray hair by the time they're 50, And a guy named Dr. Anthony Oro, a dermatology professor, he said at Stanford University, that's technically what he says. 50% of people get 50% of gray hair at the age of 50. And so, like age, hair also changes its texture, which means the color, how it feels, stuff like that. The more you get older, normal. Your ethnicity does make a difference, and that's number 2. So, Caucasian people tend to go gray earlier, and redheads the earliest of all. So, if you guys don't know what a Caucasian is, I don't either. I think it's white people. I'm not sure. I'm like really not sure. But Caucasian people tend to go grow gray hair earlier. But redheads, sandy-haired, red-haired people, they get gray hair the fastest. Then it's Caucasians. Then Asians. We're number 3. We got that nice black luscious hair, haircuts and everything. Yeah. Stress seems to play a role. So a lot of you guys probably guess this, but the more stressed you are, the more gray hair you're going to get. People have said this is a myth that's been debunked, but Dr. Rupal Kundu, an associate professor in dermatology at Northwestern University's Feinberg School of Medicine, says, but stress is implicated in a lot of skin and hair issues. Like an example, in an illness, people can shred hair rapidly, and hair loss usually happens after a pretty stressful event, like getting chemotherapy, and it may grow back a different color. So that's why some people after chemotherapy they lose hair, and if it does grow back, most times, a lot of times it doesn't. If it does grow back, it's usually a different color. And also stressful events, like for example, if you get divorced, or if somebody in your family dies, if someone got tortured, if you were kidnapped by medieval scientists who were trying to study on you and make you a dragon, and you somehow survived, and now you're stressed out over life. Yeah, right here. Your lifestyle makes a difference. So smoking, for example, stresses your hair. It's gonna cause to grow gray, earlier. Low levels of vitamin B12 are notorious for causing loss of hair pigment. If you guys don't know what vitamin B12 is, I don't either. I just researched it, found out. I think, okay, let's, because it's something to use and stuff. So low vitamin B12, it's a vitamin that starts with the B and ends with the 12, causes you to lose your hair pigment, which means it loses its color, black. Says Dr. Karthik Krishnamurthy, Director of Dermatology Center's Cosmetic Clinic at Montefiore Medical Center in the Bronx, New York. So yeah, it's a long name for a long place. You should try to eat foods like liver and carrots. It recommends a doctor who's called Wilma Bergfield, and she is a senior dermatologist at the Cleveland Clinic. Okay, foods packed with certain vitamins, nutrients, and antioxidants may help protect cells against toxins and help prevent heart disease, cancer, stuff like I'm talking about right now, and other ailments, and probably gray hair too, because good food, good body, good hair. As you guys can see, I have nice luscious hair. I have some epic music right now. Okay, number 5. Hair and its color are separate things. So hair stem cells make color, right? And pigment forming stem cells make pigment. I mean, hair stem cells make hair, and pigment forming stem cells make pigment. Usually they work together, but sometimes one of them can wear out prematurely, which means like if you have the hair stem cell that makes the hair, and the pigment stem cell that makes the pigment, and one of them dies earlier, then you know like the hair cell died, the hair cell dies earlier, you're not gonna have any hair. If the pigment dies earlier, you're not gonna have any color. So like so research trying to like find out if medicine or something you can put on your scalp to like slow that process. So like you know pigments and stuff don't die earlier. That's one of the main reasons of gray hair. Number 6, your hair basically bleaches itself. So some of you might be familiar with hydrogen peroxide as a way to go blonde, but it's also the way to go gray. So in 2009, a study published by the Federation of American Societies for Experimental Biology, hydrogen peroxide naturally occurs on our hair follicles, and the older we get, the more it builds up. This buildup blocks the production of melanin, aka our hair pigment. So if it blocks the pigment, then that would mean our hair gets grayer and like it doesn't, the color starts to seep out of it. So basically get bleached naturally. So like if you want to go blonde or gray or bleach your hair, don't put bleach in. Just go to Mad Science, tell them make me get older 20 times faster. Okay. Number 7, your hair doesn't turn gray. It grows that way. A single hair grows for 1 to 3 years, then you shed it and grow a new one. This means that like when you get one hair, it grows for a few years, then you shed it, then some more hair comes in, and then you grow a new one. So as you age, your hairs are more likely to be white. Every single time the hair regenerates, you have to reform those pigment-forming cells, and they wear out because reforming the same thing over and over again is eventually going to destroy it completely. Like if I cut off my hand and it regrows, cut it off again, it regrows, cut it off again, it regrows. Sooner or later, my arm and my hand regenerating cells are going to get tired. Because everything has a life. It's the same thing with cells. I mean, have you guys watched Logan? It's not the actual metal that's poisoning. Well, yeah, the metal inside of him is poisoning you. But usually the regenerating part of the cell inside of him, the buffer is getting weaker and weaker, smaller and smaller. Eventually, he's just going to stop regenerating. That same thing over here. Gray hair isn't more coarse than colored hair. Gray hair is actually finer than colored hair, but it may seem dry because our scalps produce less oil as we get older. So a lot of people, when they like get gray hair, they touch it like, oh man, this shit is harder than my black hair, or red hair, or green hair, or blue hair, black hair, or white hair. We're not being racist here. But that's just because actually our scalp starts producing less oil as we get older. Our natural oil seeps out of our skin. Another reason it may seem rough, it might also feel coarser if you pull out your first few gray hairs. This is because constant pulling out of hairs can destroy your follicles, resulting in more crinkly hair, says Kingsley trichologist Glenn Lyons. Okay, number 9, gray hair can be resistant to color. If you opt to color your hair, you'll find that it's more stubborn about taking color than before you started growing gray. Some gray can be resistant to hair color, says the experts at Madison Reed. If this is true for you, consider dropping down a color level or using something darker on your roots to deliver even more coverage. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, guys, basically that was 9 things you didn't know about gray hair. I hope you enjoyed it because I certainly did. I want to know why my hair turns gray and why that random piece of gray hair popped out of my hair. That's it. Oh, now I'm going to get coarse hair. Well, whatever, guys, if you want more videos like this, be sure to subscribe down below to the channel, like this video, comment down another type of thing you want me to do, and I'll make sure to deliver what you ask for. Until then, dab on it. I'm out.